Please be seated.
Good evening, honored guests and fellow graduates. It is my privilege to welcome you to Libertyville High School Class of 2023 Commencement Ceremony.
Tonight, we celebrate our journey together and the achievements that we have accomplished. These achievements are landmarks of our successful turn through this amazing school, and we want to name a few of them tonight.
Many students who walked through the doors of LHS had the opportunity to represent our school in athletics. 2022 to 2023 was another very successful year with multiple conference championships, tons of state playoff runs, and numerous state champions.
Our distinguished theater and music groups had a year to remember. With many different concerts and performances, they showed their talents, not just in our school, but for many others to enjoy throughout the world.
The leadership displayed within mental health awareness groups has been influential to our school. Younger classes can see the class of 2023 and see how to go through hard times and come out with successes.
The strong friendships and bonds that we have made with one another will continue far past the school walls. Our class will stay connected long after we have graduated.
I know Henry and I have been friends since 7th grade, and our relationship has only gotten stronger. For many of you, whether you have been friends since you were born or you met this senior year, we need to acknowledge those friendships and the journeys we went through together. Our time at Libertyville High School has been unpredictable and challenging at times. However, these achievements are absolute proof that the LHS class of 2023 are a group of resilient, hardworking, and capable individuals.
On behalf of all graduates, I wish to thank those who joined us here tonight. All of these accomplishments wouldn't be possible without your endless support. We will use everything that you have taught us and continue to make you proud.
Henry and I would like to give a special shout out to our dads as they became friends on the journey. They have shaped us into the young men that we are today and are forever grateful.
I hope all of our classmates will now join us in a round of applause to thank all of the friends and family that have gotten us to this point today.
And now I invite you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Thank you, gentlemen. We actually have a script change. You may be seated. Good evening. Welcome to the 105th graduation at Libertyville High School. Yeah, let's go. Cole and Henry did a great job with the pledge, but when they were projecting the flag up there next to the Canadian flag, I thought Jim Corneliuson was going to come out and start singing. This event is worthy of that. My name is Tom Colentis. I'm the very proud principal of Libertyville High School, and tonight we welcome all of our parents, guardians, family, friends, faculty, and of course our graduates to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2023. At this time, I would like to introduce our incredible Libertyville High School choral director, Dr. Jeff Brown, as well as to invite all senior choir members to the stage.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight. The students that are coming to the stage have been singing together, many of them since freshman year, since the first day of high school. They have had so many accomplishments. Many of them just went with our first educational tour since 2019 to Portugal. They had a wonderful trip. There are so many close friends in this group. They have a wonderful, wonderful bond together. And we'll be sharing the stage tonight. They'll be sharing the stage tonight for their final song together. We are going to sing the Star Spangled Banner, and we're going to ask you to stand one more time as we sing our national anthem. Please stand.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow,
Am I back? I am back. All right, audience, we are not at the 105th Masters Golf Tournament. We are at the Libertyville High School graduation. We are celebrating some amazingly talented kids doing some extraordinary things like that choir rendition of Lean On Me. Let's hear it for them. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Peyton Adams.
To me, graduating high school feels a lot like walking out of the checkout line at Target. Allow me to explain. When you first walk through its big red front doors, you have no idea, zilch, on what you're going to ultimately leave with. We're all guilty of it. We've all fallen victim to spending more money on things we didn't originally plan for. We eye a cute pair of sunglasses, or worse. We find ourselves standing dead center in the middle of the chips and candy aisle. You put the item in your cart and voila, it's coming home with you. For me, and hopefully for you, I've added so many wonderful yet unexpected items in my cart at Libertyville High School. I've brought home countless memories and inside jokes I hope to never forget. I've made new friends and got involved in clubs I would have never pictured little Peyton doing in 8th grade. She had no clue what Libertyville had in store for her when she first sat down in the auditorium at freshman orientation. But let's face it, none of us did. Making the switch from middle school to high school was a little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. They were throwing so much information at us so quickly. The unknown was a little stressful, but look at us now. We persevered and made something of our own. Similar to Target's extensive variety, there is something for everyone at LHS. There are 20+ sports, 78 clubs, and gazillions of classes and activities for each Wildcat. We even have a club called Scone Thugs in Harmony. Yes, LHS does, in fact, have a club dedicated to peers who listen to rap and eat scones. If that isn't a great representation of inclusion, I don't know what is. As we know, LHS embraces its student community and has provided us plenty of opportunities to get involved and discover what we love and love not so much. For some of us, we made our way down our favorite aisles faster than others. Other Wildcats took their time browsing through, unexpectedly finding exactly what they were looking for. Take me, for instance. I personally could have never imagined seeing myself having fun going to school dances and football games. I didn't know how football works, and to be quite frank, I still don't. And I could have never imagined how fun jumping up and down in a mosh pit full of sweaty students could be. Just having all the sequin dresses bumping against me and all the heels stomping on me may sound like torture, but we keep going to the dances, don't we? We find positivity in the sea of the unexpected. The best finds are the ones we were never looking for. I don't know about all of you, but in my opinion, the best friendship stories are the ones where both individuals originally didn't like each other. The classic enemies to besties trope. Or another classic encounter, when you're dreading that AP class you decided to take on the year a win before, yet to find out your teacher's the coolest person in the world. You may not recognize the impact yet, but give it some time. Some things may take longer to uncover, but as the popular saying goes, it's blah, 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 not about the destination. It's blah, blah, blah. It's about the journey. And to be fair, that quote is 100% right. High school is about finding yourself along the way. It's about dipping your toes into new experiences and forming special memories you'll carry with you till you're wrinkly and gray. Perhaps you'll be brave enough to share some of your craziest high school memories with your own kids someday. Or maybe not. You be the judge. Regardless, as I'm standing up here looking around at all of my classmates in their caps and gowns, we seem ready, don't we? We're ready to graduate. We're ready to take on that next step. We're ready to walk through the checkout line. Wildcats, our work here is done. We've chartered that unknown territory. Go take what you've learned and gained and go start your next chapter. High school is officially over. And with that, a proper goodbye. But before that, I want to carry out a tradition I saw the speaker last year do. Rofida, she had the guts to come up here and take a photo, a selfie with her whole entire class. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So Sarah, come over here. So we're going to take a selfie, everyone. Ready?
Are we invited?
Yeah, get over here.
All right, sure. All right, everyone smile. Front row. What? 0.5? No, 0.5.
Okay. And with that, class of 2023, we're out of here! It is now my pleasure to introduce fellow graduate Sarah Wu.
When we're young, we dream of having superpowers. If only we had the power of telepathy, or to control the weather, or super strength, we could change the world. In those superhero stories of grandeur we idolized as kids, there's a moment when a superhero rises from the dust, basked in light as they wield their superpower. I cannot say that that will ever happen to us, but I can say that we do have superpowers. We all possess the power to fly, of X-ray vision, and to control time. As we flip to the next page of our stories, it's up to us to use them. When I was little, whenever anybody asked me what superpower I wish I had, I would always say the ability to fly. To soar above everything, free. Well, I guess my dream came true, because little by little, we have been gaining that freedom. Think all the way back to your freshman year. We were in a strange new place, hovering just a couple inches off the ground. Sophomore year, we got our footing, learned to drive, and we flew a little more. Junior year, we became upperclassmen, gaining more freedom, and flew even higher. Now, as we emerge from this jungle, we'll be free to soar whichever way we desire. Wield this power of freedom. No matter where you fly first, whether it be to college, entering the military, learning a trade, taking a gap year, know that you aren't limited to where you are or where you have been. Don't be afraid to fly into uncharted territory, and your world will become bigger every single day. Next, we have the power of X-ray vision. Our tumultuous high school experience has been one marked by polarization, and uncertainty. As we've grown up, oftentimes the world has emphasized the walls that divide us. Our high school years showed us the danger of ignorance and the blindness it reinforces. However, LHS has not only educated us academically and expanded our knowledge, but also taught us in the way that we treat each other. We know how to see what's underneath, to connect, and to grow. Sure, we can't see everything. However, when we look within ourselves, seek to understand others, dig into the ambiguity and tensions and contradictions in our worlds, life becomes richer, brighter, eye-opening. Just like LHS taught us, let kindness, respect, and openness be your glasses. Now, for our last shared power, we can slow down time. So logically, time is supposed to be standard. A second is a second, an hour is an hour. Yet, LHS has taught us that time is a very malleable thing, because I know every single one of you sitting in those seats feels like the last 4 years went by in a second. But there are those specific moments or hours within those 4 years that felt like an eternity. Maybe it was screaming in the main gym, even as freshmen, trying to win the Spirit Cup. Or longing to see your friends in person after staring at a small, fuzzy screen for months. Or maybe making a second of eye contact with your longtime crush as you're walking through the main hallway. Or finding an unexpected friend and best buddies, or math team, or badminton. To slow time down, do meaningful things. Take risks, live large. Do what makes your heart beat faster. Take action that'll make memories, whether they be painful, exhilarating, or funny. Don't let time slip past you. So those are the powers we all have. Better yet, our greatest power lies in our individualism. Power lies in the writers, artists, performers, students, thinkers we are. We bring imaginative, unseen things into life. Some of us wield words, others numbers, colors, movement, song. Our 4 years here have helped us discover just the surface of these powers. I'm not calling us the Avengers or the Justice League, but each and every one of us can use flight, X-ray vision, and time control, as well as our own individuality, to create, protect, invent, improve, make a difference. Be ambitious, be kind, be brave. Make your younger self proud. Because who knows, someday we might just save the world. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our principal himself, Dr. Thomas Calentis of Libertyville High School.
Thank you, Sarah. Class of 2023, as I look out at you, oh, here comes our baseball team, by the way, fresh off a victory, coming on in. Of course, we had to go to extra innings tonight on graduation, but we got the win. So class of 2023, if you remember back in August, on the night before school started, we met for our senior reunion, and I told you that the success of LHS this year rested largely upon your shoulders. I asked you to step up as leaders to make sure that this would be a great year. You did not let me down. Your leadership, school spirit, and service to our school made our 2022-23 school year one of the best in recent memory. I'm proud of you all, and I'm truly sorry that I don't have time tonight to recognize each of you for your individual efforts and accomplishments that you've made to our school across your 4 years. I am going to keep, though, and ask all of us in the audience to keep the impressive accomplishments of the whole class in mind as we now recognize 2 groups of students with exemplary academic achievement. National Honor Society members, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your scholarship, your leadership, your service. You may be seated. Next, we recognize our LHS honor grads, and we ask them to stand. These students have achieved a GPA of a 4.0 or better based on 7 semesters of grades. Thanks to all of these scholars for their outstanding efforts in the classroom. You may be seated. I would now like to recognize a group of students who helped make our school such a positive environment for all. Our Link Crew leaders, please stand. These students give up their coveted senior lunch release to take on the responsibility of helping our freshman Wildcats transition to high school. Most schools would not trust this important task to their students, but we do because we know our seniors we have no better group to transmit our great school spirit and our culture than those who take such good care of it. Thank you, Link Crew leaders. Speaking of service, we now recognize 3 seniors who are wearing red, white, and blue tassels because they have chosen to serve the United States by enlisting in the branches of military after graduation. I know I speak for our entire community when I thank you for your selfless pursuit of national service. Please stand when I call your names. Representing the Army ROTC, Sophia Para. In the Illinois Army National Guard, Sander Garcia Stam. And representing the United States Marines, Andrew Lewis Ertmanis. Stay standing, and I would like to offer any member of the U.S. Armed Forces that is here tonight or any veteran, please stand with these proud students. Be recognized for your service. Thank you. Graduation not only marks the end of high school for our seniors, but additionally, it marks a new chapter for our retiring teachers and staff members. As a community, I would ask us to recognize 8 outstanding individuals, LHS legends all, each of whom has dedicated their professional lives to the students and families of this great community. You will all be missed. Some of our retirees are here with us tonight. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Mr. Rick Brenner, Mathematics. Mrs. Julie Johnson, Fine Arts. Dr. Debbie Kellum, Career Technical Education. Mrs. Melody Kinney, Special Services. Mrs. Andrea Lara, Social Studies. Mr. Sean Matthews, Physical Education and Driver's Education. Mrs. Judy Newberger, School Counselor, A through F, LST. And Mr. Jim Scher, Physical Education. Thank you for your service. Class of 2023, shortly I will present you to our Associate Superintendent and the Board of Education to receive your diplomas. Before I do that, however, I would like to share a few remarks about the meaning of this event. I'm a little nervous about this because when I asked my family at home what I should do tonight, my son said, "Dad, just be funny and don't be boring," to which my daughter moaned, "Dad can't do any of those things." I'll let you guys as an audience be the judge. In the 1990s, there was a very famous news anchor who wrote a best-selling book. No, it was not Ron Burgundy. It was the real anchorman of the time, Tom Brokaw, and his book was about Americans who had grown up in the 30s and the 40s. The title of the book was The Greatest Generation. And according to Tom Brokaw, this group deserved the title because they had lived through the Great Depression as children. They had fought and defeated the forces of fascism and totalitarianism in World War II as young adults, and then spent their adult years transforming the United States into a world superpower. What Mr. Brokaw recognized was this group of Americans, when faced with extraordinary adversity, didn't break from the pressure, didn't cower in fear, and didn't seek others to save them from the dangers. Instead, this group of Americans confronted these challenges head-on, made tremendous sacrifices for our nation and their families, and used adversity as a motivation for moving forward with their lives and achieving a better world. Now, my friends out here in the class of 2023, you are known as Gen Z. And while the generation before you, the millennials, gets a very bad rap from our older groups of folks, there are those who say that Gen Z is characterized by short attention spans, addictions to technology, avoidance of face-to-face interactions, and that you don't want to work hard and that yet you want immediate rewards and gratification. Class of 2023, having worked with you for 4 years, I can say with 100% certainty that those negative stereotypes about you are flat out wrong. You haven't, thankfully, had to fight in a world war, but a global pandemic has given you significant adversity in your young lives, and like our greatest generation, you did not allow this adversity to break you. Instead, it fueled you. It motivated you to take advantage of every opportunity this school provided you. As Sarah said, 4 years ago, you just started high school, and you had dreams of what high school was going to be like. You spent the first semester at Friday night football games, you battled the upperclassmen in homecoming assemblies, and you went to your first high school dance. Then, Friday, March 13th, 2020 hit. Yep, it really was a Friday the 13th. And I came on the PA and announced that we'd be shutting down all school activities, extending our spring break for about a week, and asking everyone to quarantine until this new disease, COVID-19, had passed. What we didn't know, but what we know now, is that a great calamity would befall you and our entire world. Many of your plans were shattered, many of your dreams deferred. A 2-week spring break turned into weeks of remote learning. You had to start sophomore year in e-learning, where Zoom bombs, technology glitches, and looking at classmates on tiny screens was your daily experience. Those people who say Gen Z have short attention spans, I defy them to sit like you did for 6 hours in front of Zoom doing trigonometry, calculus, English. You were the first generation and the only generation in our nation's history to be asked to learn online, and you showed up each day and you got it done. You held up solutions to the camera so your teacher could see your work. You worked out for PE in your garage. You did science experiments in your kitchen. You played the trumpet or sang in your bedroom. During second semester of sophomore year, things changed. You got to come back for half days, hybrid learning. Plexiglass was everywhere. Hand sanitizers dominated the environment, and all of our desks were 6 feet apart. Since you've been back, you've joined clubs and sports in record numbers. You've packed our gyms and auditoriums to cheer on your classmates. Those who say Gen Z avoid face-to-face interactions cannot explain that. You clearly understand the value of community, you clearly understand the power of togetherness, and you come out every chance you get to connect with others. Finally, in the second semester of your junior year, masks became optional. Sports and activities were fully restored, and a traditional prom was held where you danced so joyfully that Assistant Principal Ray Albin spilled his coffee all over himself from all the shaking. That's a true story. People say that Gen Z demands instant gratification. You waited 2 years to dance with your classmates. People say you don't work hard. They can only say that if they ignore the incredible efforts you made, the sustained commitments that you kept to your education, to your families, to our school, and to your futures. This August, when you returned as seniors, a group of seniors, by the way, who had not experienced 2 normal semesters consecutively ever in high school, I asked you to lead, and lead you did. Not just at LHS, but in our community, where you showed your mighty heart. You demonstrated your care and concern for others by raising money for the victims of the July 4th shooting in Highland Park, something you know meant a great deal to me. You filled 2 large trucks with food and canned goods for the local food pantries. You excelled academically, earning numerous awards and scholarships. You led our math team, debate team, and science teams to all-state finishes. Athletically, like Cole said, you dominated the NSC conference, and you're a force to be reckoned with across the state. In fact, our entire community was last here in March when we came out to cheer on our boys basketball team for the Super Sectional. Class of 2023, you are just getting started. COVID did not stop you. COVID launched you. And though your true legacy upon the world is not yet known, your legacy at LHS is firmly written. For everything you've accomplished under the most extraordinary of circumstances, you are and will always be one of the greatest generations of Wildcats to walk our halls. I think that's worthy of applause. Now I'm going to wrap this up by telling you that I know, despite your greatness, many of you are feeling anxious and a bit scared about what's to come, and that's okay. It's natural to be uneasy when you face the unknown. Remember, though, always remember, your principal, your school, your community, your family love you and are proud of you, and that even in the toughest of times, things always work out in the end. If you're still feeling anxious about leaving school, starting a new life, maybe the following sage advice from one of our nation's most influential people will help you find comfort. She says, "My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kind of homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. Then the taxi man turns on the radio and a Jay-Z song comes on. A Jay-Z song comes on. So I put my hands up. They're playing my song. The butterflies fly away. I'm nodding my head like, yeah. I'm moving my hips like, yeah. I got my hands up. They're playing my song. Come on, guys, help me out here. Here we go. We know it's going to be okay. Hey. Hey. Not bad. You need a little practice. Dr. Brown, we've got some work to do, but let me just say, class of 2023, for all you've accomplished, it's time to party in the USA. Congratulations. Class of 2023, please stand. Associate Principal Bryant Kelly, Board of Education members, before you are true Wildcats in academics, arts, athletics, service, and spirit. They have each completed District 128's rigorous requirements for graduation, and therefore it is with great pleasure I present to you Libertyville's graduating class of 2023. You may be seated. Please welcome Associate Superintendent Bryant Kelly.
Good evening. I'm honored to be the Associate Superintendent of Community High School District 128. On behalf of the entire District 128 family, I want to express my sincere congratulations to all Libertyville High School graduates of the class of 2023. Commencement is a very special time of the year at District 128 because it is the culmination and recognition of student commitment, dedication, and achievement in meeting our rigorous academic requirements. Commencement is also a time to reflect back upon your many individual and team achievement and accomplishments in the fine arts, athletics, activities, and community service during your 4 years here at LHS. LHS graduates, for the past 4 years, you have also been surrounded by many people that have helped you along the way. I would like you to take a moment to join me in celebrating the very special family members, friends, LHS staff members who are with us here in person and are watching the live stream this evening. LHS graduates, let's give them all a big round of applause. Thank you. I would like to also recognize our senior students, Fatima El-Manshawi, Jasmine Lafita, and Sarah Wu, who served as LHS Student School Board representatives. They served our students and the Board of Education with distinction. It is my pleasure to introduce also the members of the District 128 Board of Education in attendance this evening that will participate in the distribution of diplomas. Jim Batson, our Vice President, Casey Rooney, and Cara Drumke. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Cara Drumke, District 128 Board Member, who will address the class of 2023. Cara?
Okay. I'm honored to accept the Libertyville High School class of 2023 for graduation. To be honest, when I was first asked to speak today, I was terrified. I thought about how much I've learned from you, and what could I possibly say to you that would be 1, inspiring, and 2, brief. So my first stop was ChatGPT. I thought I would be cutting edge and see what all the hype was about. Epic failure, brief yes, inspiring no. So left to my own devices, I offer you this. I've had the pleasure of watching your class through the lens of both a parent and a school board member. As a parent, I can't begin to tell you how fulfilling it has been to watch you mature and grow into the fascinating people you are today. And while as a board member, to share all the times that I have been impressed with this class's personal individual achievements, well, it would break my second rule of brevity. So suffice it to say, the list is exhaustive and astounding. And although I don't want to focus on the past, it would not be fair to stand in front of you today and not acknowledge the adversities your class in particular had to overcome. Through the school closures, the Zoom class times, the pivot to hybrid, and all the distancing, you all continued to engage, to adapt, and to succeed. The proof? You are a class that is moving forward to 31 states and 5 countries, into careers, colleges, apprenticeships, and the armed services. That is success. That is daring. I think I speak for everyone here to say we couldn't be prouder of what you've already accomplished, and we can't wait to see what's next. Aside from being a mother and a school board member, I'm also a teacher. So as I was preparing this address and I shared my fear of speaking with you all with my own second grade students, I asked them what words of advice they might give you. Now, although they're only 7, they had some great ideas, and I wanted to share their top 3. So number 1, we'll see if this works.
Make new friends.
Make new friends. Take with you the kindness and the encouragement you've been given and pay it forward. In a time when it's so easy to be negative, remember it costs nothing to be nice. My students would say, invite a new kid to your lunch table. Whether you're moving on to a career or school or the service, your world is about to expand beyond your comprehension. Open yourself up to these new worlds and these new people. See the new experiences as possibilities, even those that seem uncomfortable at first. Cherish those you have and be open to those yet to come. Number 2.
Do your best.
I feel certain everyone here, do your best if you couldn't hear it. I feel certain everyone here celebrating you today would agree with me on this. We've seen you all at your best, and your best is pretty spectacular. I also feel confident in saying that while at LHS, each one of you has experienced some moment that was challenging, whether it was in the classroom or the cafeteria, on the fields or in the theater, maybe even the parking lot. Remember how it felt when you surprised even yourself by overcoming these obstacles. The challenges will continue to come. They may even seem insurmountable, but never doubt that you are prepared to tackle what comes next. Then take a moment to appreciate your triumphs. Number 3.
Listen to your teacher.
Listen to your teacher. I challenge you to redefine for yourself what a teacher actually is. Some teachers spend their entire career in the classroom, but if you open your mind's eyes a little wider, you will see that there are teachers all around you. Look around you right now. This arena is filled with about 2,000 people who have touched your life in some way and had a hand in teaching you more than just facts and figures, but life lessons. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, so lean on us and continue to learn from us. We promise to continue to support you and guide you. But from now on, your school and your teachers will be revealed in surprising ways. And finally, and this one's just for me, and while it's true for all of you, I want one of you in the back, especially, to listen to this very closely. Please don't forget to call home. On behalf of the Board of Education for Community High School District 128, I'm honored and privileged to accept the 2023 Libertyville High School class, graduating class, and I congratulate you all.
And now, it is with great honor and pride that District 128 Board of Education presents diplomas to the class of 2023. Will the honor guards please take their positions? Will our front row please rise? As a friendly reminder to our audience, each name is singularly important and worthy of being heard. Please refrain from applause until we reach the very end and have read each and every name. Also, please remember not to come down and approach the stage to take pictures. We have provided grad images who will be taking professional quality pictures of all graduates. At this time, I would like to call our honored readers, Luis Correa and Marcy Langtu, to their respective podiums. And our first rows can take your positions.
Hudson Davis Abington.
Josiah Samuel Abraham.
Peyton Reese Adams.
Nicholas Suarez Adriano.
Maya Maria Amadei.
Felix Sebastian Amiot.
Braden Quinn Anderson.
Benjamin Thomas Armstrong.
Prudence Louise Babbitt.
Grace Leona Bazek.
Courtney Jean Bear.
Aria Bamrolia.
Sophia Charlize Barnack.
Anne Elizabeth Barnes.
Valentino Bassioni.
Luca James Botenovich.
Anna Christine Becker.
Beatrice Carvalho Bello.
Joanna Carvalho Bello.
Justin William Benez.
Christopher Robert Bennett.
Julia Grace Bennett.
Rebecca Devin Benton.
Dominic Rylan Burke.
Jake Michael Berlowski.
Aiden Alexander Bethke.
Violet Joan Biggs.
Alicia Levine Bond.
Cole Thomas Bonder.
Aiden Kai Boone.
Kyle Gary Bourne.
Derek Eduardo Botello Morales.
William Emerson Boys.
Ashley Jade Branford.
Alexander Scott Breston.
Brett Timothy Burney.
Jessica Paige Brown.
Hans Olaf Bruckner.
Mark Thomas Brzezinski.
William Henry Buckert.
Isla Marie Budak.
Shelby Judith Bulow.
Adam Henry Byer.
Ian Philip Burke.
Joseph Mark Butler.
Oscar William Butler.
Andrew Nicholas Calley.
Jack William Campbell.
Joseph Thomas Carlucci.
Karina Nicole Castillo.
Lily Taylor Castro.
Gianna Caroline Kathlina.
Tanvi Chadalawada.
Peter Richard Shalifo.
Sophia Anist Shalifo.
Colton Frederick Chasley.
Carolina Chavez Calderon.
Ellie Yuching Chen.
Melody Yutong Chen.
Samantha Summer Chen.
Aditya Singh Chikara.
Gavin Alexander Childress.
Caleb Dale Christensen.
Katerina Athanasia Christofilos.
Leah Christina Chudy.
Allison Tsiumai Chung.
Sarah Eileen Cezadlo.
Vanessa Joanne Clavey.
Audrey Catherine Clemens.
Abby Julianne Cohn.
Alida Kate Camilla.
Theodore Gran Cooley. Emily Ryan Coughlin.
Charles Ventura Corey.
Scott Edward Creel.
Peter Alexander Svetanovsky.
Cole Richard Danner.
Alexandra Rome Davis.
Olivia K. DeVoe.
Tyler Edward DeFranco.
Alexander Michael De La Torre.
Katerina Nadia Denkovsky.
Anna Louise DeRosa.
Zachary Robert Detlef.
Maeve Esther Devaney.
Emily Gail Dillon.
Jacob August Dinklenberg.
Joshua Scott Dobrin.
Chaya Marie Doshi.
Amelia Grace Dowdy.
Matthew Theodore Drumke.
Milosh Dupor.
Elena Marie Dzierzinski.
Yana Lillian Jiki.
Henry David Eads.
Matthew Stephen Early.
Kyle Wayne Eckert.
Olivia Ann Eichner.
Fatima Hossam Elmanshawi.
Andrew Lewis Ertmanis.
Caitlin Camille Falby.
Justine Noel Farley.
Cade Michael Farmer.
Emily Jane Fink.
Ellen Mary Finnegan.
Hannah Mary Fiore.
Emily Renee Fisher.
Colin Bruce Fitzpatrick.
Margaret Catherine Faulkner.
Anna Grace Fouts.
Charles Dean Freund.
Hollis June Freeze.
Ruby Susan Furlong.
Wyatt Benjamin Gale.
Catherine Olivia Gamberg.
Sander Garcia Stam.
Christian Jovan Gavrik.
Zachary Adam Gay.
Abrielle Rain George.
Nafal Farouk Gori.
Haley Nicole Gilly.
Stephen Craig Givens Reedus II.
Jackson Pierce Goldberg.
Austin Fisher Gomez.
Angel Horacio Gonzalez.
Montserrat Gonzalez.
Graham Avedis Goodman.
Ashton Gordon.
Michael Maximilian Grambo.
Peyton Brooke Grana.
Daniel German Granados.
John Patrick Griffin.
Caleb Mackay Grinter.
Timothy David Gustafson.
Sosi Yiraz Hagopian.
Garrett Michael Hallahan.
Hannah Caroline Hamilton.
Robert Luke Hansen.
Rebecca Ann Hardy.
Elliot Christopher Harold.
Liam Gaples Harrison.
Abigail Elizabeth Hayes.
Sean Stephen Hurd.
Megan Christine Headland.
Noah Lunes Pierre Hewitt.
Jordan Grace Higgins.
Abigail Frances Hillback.
Sean Michael Hoke.
Catherine Grace Hodge.
Maya Daoliang Hoffman.
Rachel Ellen Hogarty.
Chase Robert Hauser.
John Bradley Huber.
Matthew Chad Hennekins.
Joseph Hagope Hughes.
Benjamin Lynn Hutchings.
Samuel Ethan Wang.
Nicholas Giovanni Arroyo Ingino.
Elias Daniel Irizi.
Sarah Kelly Jacobs.
Arib Jamili.
Jeanette Kaylee Ayala Jenkinson.
Joshua Thomas Ayala Jenkinson.
Eli Bradley Johnson.
Griffin Robert Johnson.
Jack George Johnson.
Jack Gregory Johnson.
Leah Rose Johnson.
Matthew David Johnson.
Nolan Joseph Johnson.
Robert Drake Johnson.
Samuel Boyd Johnson.
Sarah Jennifer Johnson.
Keegan Matthew Jones.
David Babu Joseph.
Paul Dean Kakos.
Nathan William Callis.
Ryan Christopher Caputa.
Sophia Marie Karcher.
Kira Paulina Caston.
Margot Lillian Kaufman.
Nicolette Cavathis.
Sophia Alejandra Kavashenki.
John Winston Keating.
Ethan DeWitt Kendall.
Adil Ahmad Khan.
Mia Nahara Khan.
Campbell Thomas Kim.
Joshua David King.
Lauren Brooke Klanos.
Bethany Elise Klemp.
Daniil Klochkov.
Avery Rain Knippel.
Anna Elizabeth Koberstein.
Troy Koenig.
Luke Maxim Compere.
Patrick Lewis Compere.
Lauren Alexandra Coote.
Mabel Nicole Kozowski.
Emery Grace Kraft.
Jenna Nicole Krakowski.
Cody Lee Krozik.
Jory Anne-Marie Krakow.
Bianca Hannah Coleman.
Riley Maureen Kurland.
Jasmine Soneji Lafita.
Samuel Enoch Lamb.
John Michael Land. Alec Henry Leroy.
Christian Francis Larson.
Tyler Beth Leskeet.
Nathaniel Ku Lau.
Rocco Rivelli Lavista.
Noah Gray Lee.
Audrey Marie Lester.
William Eric Letcher.
Abigail Rose Lewandowski.
Belinda Lee.
Hallie Hannah Lichter.
Brett Christian Leading.
Avery Quinn Litton.
Elena J. Lopez.
Brogan Frederick Losh.
Margaret Ann Letspike.
Marco Silvano Lucente.
Brooke Ella Lutz.
Nathan Edward Lutz.
Madeline Eileen Lyon.
Nicoletta Abigail Maglio.
Sydney Madison Mayhew.
Omar Mahmood.
Aaron T. Mansky.
Amelia Marie Morella.
Nico Marino Margones.
Owen Edward Martin.
Luke William Marks.
Cole Allen Matalenko.
Nicholas Anthony Maurer.
Bailey Ray Max.
George William McBride.
Reagan May McCain.
Benjamin Robert McDonald.
Nolan McDonald.
Owen John McDonnell.
Brody Cole McGuire.
Abigail Lynn McKay.
Jeffrey James McLaren.
Nathaniel Joseph Merlot.
Eleanor Christine Merrild.
Ava Michaels.
Natalia Anna Mihalski.
Sabrina Lauren Makula.
Aurora Morales.
Anna Claire Mitchell.
Caitlin Marie Mitchell.
Stone Hogan Mitron.
James George Monahan.
Frida Montano.
Christian Ramses Montero.
Teresa Irene Morrison.
Taylor Ann Moss.
Ahmed Nail Mostafa.
Kellen Lewis Mueller.
Akil Muhammad.
Aman Muhammad.
Elizabeth Grace Mulligan.
Danielle May Maroka.
Molly Catherine Murphy.
Peyton Marie Murphy.
Shannon Rose Murphy.
Jamil Laron Myrick. William Hudson Nave.
Mason Alexander Nielsen.
Layla Marie Nelson.
Madeline Claire Nelson.
Carson James Nemuris.
Andrew William Newman.
Gavin Thomas Nolan.
Gustavo Ignacio Nochebuena.
Jack Michael Noonan. Kirsten Lee Novak.
Evan Lee Nowicki.
Sophia Annabelle Nunez.
Benjamin Brian Nuttall.
Quiva Mary O'Sullivan.
Kendall Chase O'Brien.
Aiden Nicholas O'Connell.
Emma Sylvia Oakey.
Sebastian Oliver Abarientos Olson.
Antonio Oliveri.
Finley Maeve Olson.
Aaron Matthew Osterman.
Margaret Mary Pat Payton.
John Thomas Palmer.
Shannon Corrigan Palella.
Luca John Paredes Fiore.
Ryan Robert Parkerson.
Sophia Vanessa Para.
Tyler Lance Patterson.
Ethan Wells Paul.
Bruno Pedrosa Massage.
Lakshmi Prajna Penmetsa.
Rebecca Grace Peterson.
Andrew Reagan Phillips.
Anka Marie Piachovsky.
Nathaniel Kane Pinkos.
Charlie Porceo.
Ro Genevieve Potzik.
Tristan Richard Powers.
Contessa Isabella Prins.
Zachary James Pulaski. Matthew William Ramaker.
Maximilian Ramstead.
Lucy Hope Randolph.
Jack Doyle Ray.
Ellie Rose Rebman.
Paige Doyle Regan.
Gianna Sophia Reamer.
Emma Louise Reynolds.
Jack Thomas Rendell.
Alyssa Ravello. Jonah Luke Roberts.
Megan Cecilia Roberts.
Delaney Elise Rogers.
Max Apollo Royland.
Mercedes Grace Rojas.
Lauren Elizabeth Rollins.
Hannah Milan Romy.
Andrew Mitchell Roston.
Kira Kanani Rudersdorf.
Isabel Maria Rudolphi.
Haley Renee Russo.
Sophia Cynthia Rhines.
Judy Ahmed Rami Sabri.
Ian David Sachs.
Neha Ava Sagar.
Adeline Eileen Sahajian.
Noah Mohammed Scally.
Oliver David Scanio.
Michael Thaddeus Scarpelli.
Macy Grace Schaffnet.
Olivia Karis Schiff.
Ryan Edward Schlitt.
Theodore Dean Schmidt.
Ethan Alexander Schoenfeld.
Michael Keith Schrodel.
Leo Salvatore Scopacasa.
Samantha Reagan Scroggum.
Peyton Elise Seal.
Camille Marie Seiler.
Amanda Marie Sakili.
Jaden Kumar Seth.
Elahe Shamlu.
John William Shaw.
Miriam Sheik.
Rebecca Yan Shi.
Nathan Bennett Shin.
Daniel David Shinnick.
Xander Ronald Simone.
Evan Scott Singer.
Megan Therese Skinner.
Christopher Charles Slachta.
Jacob Michael Slago.
Alexanders Ivars Slessers.
William John Edward Smith.
Kai Matthew Sorensen.
Wyatt Matthew Sorensen.
Eric James Sparks.
Ella Grace Spear.
Sarah Noel Stevenson.
Logan Edward Sticklin.
Ella Grace Studeville.
David Liam Sutter.
Robert Alexander Swearingen.
Samuel Augustine Schweitzer.
Maisie Rose Zatmary.
Margot Corinne Zatmary.
Sailor Greer Zamansky.
Jacob Ross Tankle.
Ryan Lee Tanzer.
Nicholas David Taub.
Nathan Russell Taylor.
Henry Joseph Telliard.
Reagan Sonoma Thompson.
Julian Wilson Tim.
Colin Joseph Tippett.
Areni Astrid Tokmakjan.
Arwen Grace Townander.
Jeremy Young Trigg.
Benjamin Christian Troster.
Charles Henning McMillan True.
Sheila Eileen Tucker.
Pablo Taduri Poza.
Jeffrey Leo Teagle.
Ray Robin Cynthia Marie Eve Turchi.
Daisha Nashay Usher.
Trenton Jacob Van Boning.
Isaiah George Vance.
Ruby Vasquez.
Dylan Thomas Vena.
Charles Francis Verkulen.
Jaden Anthony Villalobos.
Christopher John Villani.
Sebastian Julian Villegas.
Jillian Claire Vogel.
Sophia Sarah Voivodich.
Erica Alexandra von Kirchbach.
Frederick Isaac von Kirchbach.
Devon Lamar Wallace.
Lucas Aaron Walters.
Ned Ryan Wanda.
Ray Wang.
Hugh Daniel Weatherly.
Jameson Craig Wyke.
EJ Wennerstrom.
Michael Parker Wells.
Samantha Faith Wisnand.
Sarah Marie Wetterling.
Adele Elizabeth Wilberding.
Daniel Alexander Whitaker.
Luke Thomas Williamson.
Drew Earl Williams.
Emily Jean Wilson.
Avery Isabella Wilson.
Ryan Thomas Wilson.
Olivia Madeline Wilson.
Marcella Rose Wright.
Daniel Joseph Voida.
Christian Wujek.
Sarah Nicole Wu.
Angela Marie Ziccaro.
Madison Lucille Yun.
Robert Andrew Zinkowicz.
Stanley Zhu.
Stella Grace Zambolo.
Marco Joseph Zambolo.
Jack Henry Zunker.
Bryson Lee Zumbrunnan.
Alexander Scott Breston.
Ryan Jeffrey Zunker.
Tyler Edward DeFranco.
Justin William Benez.
Austin Fisher Gomez.
Ian Philip Burke.
Benjamin Lynn Hutchings.
Matthew Theodore Drumkey.
Cody Lee Krozik.
Christian Jovan Gavrik.
John Michael Land.
Jackson Pierce Goldberg.
Brogan Frederick Losh.
Graham Avedis Goodman.
Matthew William Ramaker.
Robert Drake Johnson.
Casey Ryan Wells.
Nathaniel Ku Lau. Benjamin Robert McDonald. Michael Thaddeus Scarpelli. Theodore Dean Schmidt. Isaiah George Vance.
Marcy Lauren Langtu.
Luis Fernando Correa II.
Or do you want to go down? You go down, I think. How about one more time for Luis and Marcy for reading all those names? Fantastic. All right, here we go. The moment we've been waiting for. Members of the class of 2023, please stand. Graduates, at this time, please move your tassel from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the graduates of the class of 2023.